Xin chào. Ni hao. Ohao gozaimasu. Hello. What's going on? Onagio. I think we covered a lot of the Asian hellos there. So this is going to be the second update for the coronavirus here. We're going to discuss a lot of stuff here, probably 10-15 minutes again. I don't advise skipping around the video or not watching it all. On the last one, a lot of people asked questions when I had already answered most of the questions in the full video. So yeah, make sure you watch the whole thing. Let's just get right into it right away. Right now, Vietnam is setting up 2 military hospitals that can house up to 3,000 people in Hanoi. In Ho Chi Minh City, in 2 districts, they've also set up 2 hospitals for up to 1,500 patients of the coronavirus. So there's still no panic here, but things are considerably ramping up. They're preparing for, something bad. I don't see why they would set all this stuff up if they don't feel like a large number of people are going to get infected here. The reason why Vietnam's a worry is, besides, the north is bordering on China, is, 5 million people left Wuhan before they locked it down. Where did all these people go? Some of them, it's probably pretty easy to get to Vietnam. The WHO, which is putting out the information, is in bed with the CCP. Most of their funding comes from them. The guy, I can't say his name, it's impossible to say. The head of the WHO, though, they're trying to get this guy out of there. I mean, they've got petitions going. He's saying, no need to worry, everyone can travel still. As far as I'm concerned, if I have a trip booked to Vietnam within the next month, I am delaying it. I am not going to come to Vietnam. I don't care where at in Vietnam now. Both major cities are preparing for a large outbreak of this thing. We don't know the real numbers. As of now, hold on, let me get my phone, we'll do some. I think we're at like 23,000 infected and 600, 700 deaths. I'm sure by the time this is put out, those numbers will be even larger. It seems to be just jumping daily on what's really going on. So yeah, Vietnam is setting up field hospitals with thousands of beds to handle the influx of the coronavirus. Like I said, they have a large border with China and the communist neighbors, so they have strong tourism and trade ties. So Vietnam's going to do its best to not say too much is going on either. I love it here. I love the country. I love the people. I'm not trying to talk bad on anything. I'm just giving you facts how I see them. The 10th confirmed case of coronavirus happened here. 500 now, 24,000 infected and 500 people dead. I think those numbers are padded. I would say my guess is there's over 100,000 infected, and who knows how many are dead. If you just do a bit of a dive, you'll find a reporter that went to quite a few Wuhan hospitals. They've got body bags just lined up there, like just sitting next to patients waiting to get. They've got trucks full of dead bodies. I mean, we're not getting the real information because it's coming from a communist party ruled by the CCP, and the CCP is not really known for telling truths. They want to make their country still look the best they can. That's why they built those 2 fancy hospitals in Wuhan. They could have just set up a military hospital quickly with tents and other stuff like this, but no, they wanted to show that, look, we're China, we're strong. We built 2 hospitals in 10 days. We're amazing. We're going to contain this thing. I don't think it's going to be contained. So by the border of Vietnam, near the China border, they are set up beds for 3,000. In the central here, we have enough beds set up for 3,700. So they're at least expecting a larger than it's already been here. So yeah, my advice, especially if your trip's to Hanoi right now, there's no way I'm going to Hanoi. I'm not a worrywart, by the way. I'm a guy that pretty much takes lots of chances and kind of goes for it, but we don't have enough information on this thing. A younger guy just died from this. He was 37. He didn't have any underlying causes. I mean, this thing can move fast and shut down your kidneys and really take you out quickly, and there's no. In Thailand, they used a set of HIV drugs to cure a lady, but they're working to confirm this. There's no real cure, and the vaccine's going to be who knows how long. I mean, you can't, maybe 3 months if we're lucky at the earliest. Vietnam has banned all flights to and from mainland China, suspended new tourist visas for Chinese nationals or foreigners who have been to China in the past 2 weeks. All passenger trains to and from China have also been halted. Let's see. They're chartering a flight to bring back 21 students from Wuhan. They'll all be quarantined when they come back. Everyone's wearing a face mask now. They've put hand sanitizers all over my building. Anything you have to touch, there's a hand sanitizer next to it. Masks are extremely hard to get. My order of N95 masks got taken at the border. They didn't let it import in. They blocked it, so I had to refine them and pay quadruple the price of what they would have been. You can get masks, but it's not very easy. Somebody commented that, you know, they're here and they pop into the grocery store and there's plenty. There's these little tiny ones that you can see through at some grocery stores, but they do absolutely nothing. They have like a 0.01% chance of blocking anything. The only masks that work for this is a real surgical mask that covers the whole face and an N95 variant mask. Those are the really only two ones. All the other masks are just going to block you from giving it to someone else or getting spit particle, etc., stuff like this. So I ask you, if you do come here, would you want to wear a mask the whole time you're here? The Vietnam government has encouraged no one to gather in large groups. They don't encourage you to go out to the bars. They don't encourage you to go to restaurants. They don't encourage you to go to the mall. They kind of want you to stay home. I mean, really. I think within a week they're going to start encouraging people, if they can work from at home. Like I said, I'm not panicked about this. I'm not freaking out. I'm not going to leave. I'm going to stay here with Win. I wash my hands. I take the precautions. I'm not sick in any kind of way. So I'm going to continue my daily life here. But if I was in America right now and I had a trip book here, what are you going to go do? Everything they're asking you to stay in, essentially. You have to wear a mask everywhere. You would have to have antiseptic with you. And I don't know if you've ever worn a mask, but after 20 minutes, you're very annoyed with the thing on your face. So, I mean, I don't see you having a particularly grand old time. Maybe if you're a single male coming to Ho Chi Minh, okay. But, I mean, still, you're not going to get the experience that... The government already on January 1st passed a crazy drink and drive law. Well, it's not crazy. People shouldn't be drinking and driving, but a very heavy fine if you get caught. $7 million if you're on a bike. So it already took out about 30% of the bar and restaurant scene just with that. Now you've got this virus. People, like I said, aren't panicked, but they're worried. So you're not going to have the real good experience here that you would under normal circumstances. I would probably hold off and come around, you know, tail end of April, coming into May, when it starts. The rainy season is about to start, which is fine. The rainy season isn't that big of a deal. It only rains for like 20 minutes at a time. Just carry an umbrella. But the mask thing it's not pleasurable to wear this thing around. Like I said, after 20 minutes, you want to start messing with it. And then if you start touching it and you've touched other things, and the mask has become ineffective then. So the grocery stores are still pretty packed. I've stocked up pretty thoroughly. I've got like 50 gallons of water, or maybe more. I bought a bunch of frozen food, stuff like that. I haven't been going out to bars or anything like that. I just stay at my Vin homes. And I work out, I go to the gym, I use the hand sanitizer though, and I still go swim in the pool. I mean, I'm guessing the chlorine will do a good enough job. But as far as like me going out to go drink at like Buvane, and no, that's not going to happen. The one thing I have noticed is most of the tourists that I see are not wearing a mask, especially those white people. They must think they're impervious, or it's not that big of a deal here, or They don't understand that China and the CCP lies, and that this country I'm in now is a communist country. They're not going to be too privy to giving bad details to worry the people. Not that I have anything bad to say against Vietnam. I love it here. I'm a guy for tourism here. I want people to come to this country and see how great the people are and how fun it is here and how cheap it is for things. And as soon as this thing's under control, I'll be right back to vlogging. I'm still gonna vlog. I'm gonna do a motorbike vlog. I'm gonna do one in my pool. I'm gonna enclose the camera and swim around in the pool and stuff like that. But as far as I'm concerned, I read you those numbers. They're setting up. They've got almost 10,000 beds set up from north to bottom of Vietnam right now. They know something they're not telling us. I mean, clearly. Come on now. There was a report where a doctor here said that there was 35 dead in the Ho Chi Minh hospital, but it was quickly scrubbed. He quickly retracted it and forever now wiped off the planet, essentially, that comment. So they're saying that's a lie. No way. We have none of that. We're containing it well. So you're just playing a game of gamble here. The other thing that can happen is say you're here and you're here for a 2-week trip, right? And this thing gets explosively bad here. What if they turn it into a quarantine zone and you can't leave for 14 days? I mean, or what if wherever you're traveling back to wants to quarantine you because they then deem Vietnam enough of a viable problem to where they want people quarantined coming back from Vietnam at their country? That doesn't sound like a fun time to me. And I mean, if you are traveling, you should have insurance on all these things. You should have insurance for your flight. You should make sure it's refundable or reschedulable. And same with the hotel. You should make sure that that's refundable up until I use Booking for the hotels, and usually they're all almost refundable up until like 7 days before you're there. So use caution with these type of things. Use the insurance. It's worth it. I'm not a worrywart. I'm not an expert. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not trying to ensue panic. I'm not trying to tell you what to do in any fashion. I'm just giving you my opinion. If I had a flight booked here right now, I probably wouldn't take that trip, especially if I have kids and a wife. If I'm solo, I might consider going to Ho Chi Minh, and if I'm in my 20s still, I'd probably still go, because you got that young and dumb vibe energy in you. So yeah, if you do come here, bring masks. Try to get the N95 variant or surgical. I would say bring 50 or so at least, because you're going to be out and about doing tourist stuff. So they say every 4 hours you need to change the mask if you're out a lot. So yeah, calculate on that and bring accordingly. Like I said, I'm going to be here. I'm going to stay here. I'll update. I'll do a new video on this particular topic every 2 or 3 days as the information comes in. If you want more, just let me know in the comment section and I'll put more out. And any questions you have, just ask in the comment section and I'll take care of it. I'm very good at answering back in the comment section. I've talked about this before. I don't know if you watched all my videos, but I let every comment stay negative or positive. I don't believe in filtrating the comment section to make everything look all peachy and great. That's not how the world works, so why would I do that in my comment section? If you want to say mean shit to me, that's fine. I'm a big boy. I can take it. So yeah. Again, I thank everyone for watching. I have a Patreon. If you want to do that, do that. This video isn't about making money. Neither was the last one. I'm not at 1,000 subscribers, so I don't make any money off this yet. I just work hard at putting content out for people to see. My whole point of the channel is to eventually give back to less fortunate people. Once I'm set up in that position, I'll start doing giveaways to business owners that are struggling here and across the world. That was my goal. I got it from Harold. I liked it. That's where the channel is going to go eventually once it makes any kind of money. Yeah, so that's where we're at. That's my recommendations. Like I said though, there's no panic here. Everyone's cool-headed. No one's freaking out. for the most part, 98% of people are wearing masks, using hand sanitizer, and taking all the precautions. They're not playing around. My mask is in my pocket. I'll put it back on once I leave the park and walk out and go back into the building. So, thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for the new Patreon support. We've got 3 new Patreons. I appreciate you guys. You know who you are. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Alright, so this is the hand sanitizer. It's in every elevator. Everywhere. Everyone's got masks on. I'll show you more. For the most part, mask. The only people that seem to not take the mask thing serious is white people. I don't understand why, but it's a common thing here. Almost all the Asians here, all the Viets that live here, and all the foreign Koreans that are also here, we're all wearing masks. Seems to just mainly be tourists that don't really care, which I kind of find funny. Yeah, so I'm gonna walk to the park and then we'll get into it.